Hello everyone and welcome back to La Vida Fútbol. My name is Luis Laureano. Today we're going to work on control and completing a play. So in this exercise you have your player control the ball at different heights. So you can just pass the ball to your players, throw the ball, bounce the ball, however you like, but try to get the ball to arrive at different heights so that your player gets to work on making decisions as to what to use to control the ball. So I used a guided discovery approach in this exercise to try to get my player to figure out on his own what part of the body he should use, what part of his foot he should use, and also remind my player of the overall goal of the exercise so that he completes the situation with a nice pass back. So like I mentioned, it's important to remind your players of what the goal is. So here, as you can see, my player tried to make a pass back with the outside of the foot, but he had no pressure and ended up making a poor pass. So this is a moment where you can remind your player, listen, what is the goal of the task? What is the goal of the day? And then have them fix that so that they don't develop bad habits. So the focus on this next exercise is for the player to get comfortable controlling the ball under pressure. So you start the exercise by having the player throw the ball up in the air and then have them control, and then also again remind them of what the task is. So not only to just control it and then that's it, but control it and then essentially finish the play. So then, as you can see, I added a little bit of pressure by standing behind the player or next to the player and applying a little bit of pressure as he tries to control the ball as it's coming down from the air. Try to finish these exercises with a good one. Normally you could ask your player if they are happy with what they just did, and here my player did well controlling and then moving away from pressure. In this next exercise we added some gates, and each gate has a number. So as you throw the balls up in the air, you call a number and the player should dribble through that number, and that is essentially completing the play. Now, something to watch out for in this exercise is that your player continues through the gates at a fast pace. Not so much, oh yeah, I control the ball and now I can walk to the gate, but more so, okay, that's, you have pressure and essentially you need to get there as soon as you can and complete the play. So developing some positive habits could take some time, so it's important to repeat, ask questions as to, okay, what can we do before the ball arrives? What can we do as soon as we control the ball? Pick up your head, look over your shoulder, make a move before the ball comes, step away from a defender, and then check in, check out. All these different things are important during a game, and therefore we should incorporate those things into our training sessions. So I progressed from using numbered gates to colored gates. I used blue, red, and orange. But as you can see here, I have two blue gates. You as a coach can use different colors, and essentially the colors don't have to match with the gate color that you assign. All of it is essentially to try to challenge your players. And like I mentioned earlier, it's important to try to encourage your players to work on those positive habits, such as looking over their shoulders, checking out, and again, you can do that through questions, just asking your player, okay, what can you do before the ball arrives? What can you do after? Do you want to go slow? Do you want to go fast? Things like that. So it's important to be asking your players and have this type of communication with them. So this exercise becomes a little repetitive, so you don't want to spend too much time on it, but you do want to move on to using both numbers and colors. So you assign the numbers and colors, and then now the player has to think. So you want to use this exercise to control, but also to use their mental ability, their thinking ability, and their decision making ability. And that's essentially the focus for you as a coach, and for the player it is again to control the ball, to complete the play, and essentially hopefully for them to be happy with what they just did. So at one point in this exercise, I actually forgot to mention a number or a color, and my player froze for a little bit. So this is a part where you can, as a coach, encourage your player to make a decision and really trust their own instincts and to kind of trust themselves to make a decision, so that they can be okay with making a decision in the game, because essentially that is what we want. So we move on to long balls. And here, the ball comes with a little bit more speed, so the player will have to react a little bit quicker, and hopefully all the training that they've had throughout the session will allow them to make better decisions, and again, remind them of what the goal is. So the goal is to control the ball and complete the play. In this case, it's dribble a little bit, perhaps a little bit after controlling the ball and making a pass, or if the player can control and then set up the ball for a pass right away, then that is also possible for them to do. But again, try to encourage for them to be successful in what the goal of the day was. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Until next time.